my beautiful fitties. Alright, today I'm just going to be talking about how I started my fitness journey. Now, I've started my fitness journey several times, so I'm talking about the most recent time in which I started and have not stopped, which is probably the longest period of time that I've actually been fit and active. So, my fitness journey, or my most recent fitness journey, I'm going to stop clarifying that, actually began in September of 2015. So about 6 months before, I had bought the BBG guide by Kayla Itsines, which stands for the Bikini Body Guide. And I bought that guide, and I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, totally gonna do this. Well, I think I started it once. I did one day, and I was like, oh, this is so hard, and I gave up. I think I did maybe a week, maybe maximum a week, gave up. And then as a teacher, you know, my year begins in September. I know, it only works for if you're a teacher, but my year begins in September. So I was like, all right, it's a new year. I'm starting this again. I can totally do this. So I pulled up my BBG and I was like, first week I am getting my nutrition in order. So the very first week I started prepping, and I prepped using the Fit Girls Guide. So I did my food prep using the Fit Girls Guide for the first week, and then the second week I added in the BBG workouts, because I knew that if I did my meal prepping and starting to work out the first week, I was literally setting myself up for failure. So I decided nutrition was going to be a lot harder than working out. So started with that. That's the Fit Girls Guide. They have a big Instagram account now. So BBG. I did not do the pre-training, which was probably a mistake. I could probably have used the pre-training because BBG week 1 was killer. I remember doing the very first day, and I don't think I could walk for like 2 or 3 days. It was just so damn hard. Like, going to the bathroom was like, oh my god, hold on to every possible thing, because like my legs are just shaking. So yeah, I started with BBG. And because it's a 12-week program, I ran BBG 1 through the 12 weeks. I did not miss a single workout. I was like dedicated. Now, I'm one of those people who gets like a little bit crazy and is like, no, I can't miss anything. I've gone like 6 weeks without missing anything. So like, whether I was sick or whether I wasn't feeling good, I did it, which definitely is not the right way to do that. It's a lot easier to look back in hindsight and say, oh, find your balance and do this, and like missing one workout isn't the end of the world. But I think depending where you're coming from and your mental well-being with exercise and nutrition and your goals, it can be a lot harder to actually do that in the moment. Now I have no problem. Like, I'm sick, 2 days off, no problem. But that's something that it's taken me quite a while to actually get to that point. So I did the first 12 weeks without missing any workouts. I did my lifts on the bike. I did my 3 resistance workouts a day. I did not do any of like the extra workouts though. Like if there was a Sunday workout, I didn't do that. I just did like what she specifically said I should do. I didn't do anything that was optional. To be fair though, I did get a spin bike, a home spin bike, which I did my lifts on, but I did not have any kind of like heart monitor or any kind of tracking device for my heart rate. So I did get a Polar watch, I think, during my second round of BBG, and realized that my whole entire first round of BBG that I was doing like not lifts at all. My heart rate was like, I don't know, 160. So that's not really the point of lifts. Lifts is like low intensity, steady state cardio, and I wasn't doing that. So don't get me wrong, I still had great progress, but I just thought that was weird that I did it that way. And I think a lot of people, don't necessarily do lifts in the way she intends. And I mean, you will get results either way, but yeah. Oh, okay. So I finished BBG 1 and I had bought BBG 2, and I looked at it and I was just like, damn, I could not do 60 mountain climbers. Like, I couldn't. I just couldn't. Or, I don't know, maybe it's the bicycles, 60 bikes, those ones. Anyways, I looked at some of the numbers and I feel like there was just such a drastic jump in the reps she expected in BBG 2. So I was like, no, not happening. I'm doing BBG 1 again. So I did. So that means I did 24 weeks straight of BBG1. And after that, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready for BBG2. And I did it. When I first started, I'm kind of jumping back, but when I first started working out, I was 142 pounds, and my goal was to lose weight. I guess I'm not really sure I had a number. I was like, maybe I want to be 130 pounds. I honestly don't think I've been 130 pounds unless I've had like the stomach flu and not eaten in a week. It's just not realistic. So I did lose weight though. I went from 142 pounds to 138 pounds. Just doing BBG. I wasn't doing anything else. And towards the end of my second round of BBG, I think I was playing around in the weight room a little bit, like, ooh, let me see if I can do a pull-up. But I was not following any program. I was not in the weight room at all. I was really just like grabbing my Bosu ball and my mat and like taking it out to like the big work area and doing my BBG workouts there. So after I finished my first 2 rounds of BBG1, I did BBG2, and I really enjoyed that. I did not enjoy that I had to like buy a bunch of equipment. I'm sure there was like really creative ways that you could actually do BBG2 without so much equipment, but I did buy it because I was not down to like jump on my furniture. I did not trust that, you know, my chair's not going to break by me jumping on it or doing any kind of plyo stuff on it. So I did buy like steppers, and I did buy a giant barbell, and like that stuff literally just lived in my living room, but it's okay. It was an investment in my health, and that's not a problem. But I know if you don't have the money to spend, that can definitely be a deterrent for doing BBG2 if you don't have a gym membership. So I did like the aspect that I could do it at home, but at the same time, yeah, that cost was something extra. So I did BBG2. I did enjoy it because it involved more weights, and I thought it challenged me in a different way. After I finished BBG2, I think I played around with starting BBG2 again, but I never actually finished my 4th round of BBG2 because during my 3rd round, or let's say BBG1, BBG2, this is 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round is BBG2. During my 3rd round, I started going into the weight room after my BBG. And I would do, you know, things with the dumbbells. I would play around. I'd get my husband to show me different workouts and exercises. And I really enjoyed that. And the reason why I actually stopped doing BBG is a couple of reasons. Not only was it really challenging physically, I don't mean like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I mean, oh my goodness, my knees really hurt. And that for me is not sustainable. If something is hurting, it's different if it's hurting for one day, but if it's hurting me all weekend, it's hurting me outside of my actual workout, there's something wrong. That's something that I need to do and change, because long term I want to be able to work out for my life. I don't want to just work out for a year and be done with it. So the fact that it was hurting my knees is something that I had to take into consideration. And I did start modifying things quite drastically in my last round. And, you know, that means taking a lot of the plyo stuff, adding more cardio moves in that weren't as tough on my knees and my hips, and modifying things in that way. So the more I modified things, the more I actually had to pre-plan my BBG workouts, which, you know, not really the point. And was something that you wake up in the morning, because I would normally work out before work, and I'd be like, I don't know what to do. So that kind of put a little bit of a bummer on it. But I think the biggest reason that I actually stopped BBG is because it's tough. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's what got me started working out, and I will always have so much respect for the program. But at the same time, waking up and dreading your workout is not really the kind of relationship I want to have with fitness. So for me, I'd rather be like, oh my gosh guys, I'm so stoked. Today's leg day, today's chest day. I cannot wait to see if I can do better than last week. I cannot wait to see how my lifts are feeling. I love that. I love being excited about my workout. And now my workout is the best part of my day because I'm doing something I love. So for me, BBG started off amazing, but it kind of turned into this like, okay, I have to do this. It's gonna be fine. It's only 28 minutes. You can do it. But that feeling of daunting my workout started to you know, become more predominant. And that's when I was like, you know what, after my third full finished round, I was like, let's play around. Let's do a little BBG, let's do a little weightlifting. And that combination literally turned into just weightlifting. I dropped BBG completely. Now, the only time I actually do BBG is if I'm traveling or I don't have access to a gym, or I'm at home and I don't want to go out. But for the most part, I'm doing weight training and I'm doing conditioning and strength training. So focusing on weightlifting, if you want to get into weightlifting, I highly recommend things like bodybuilding.com. They have a lot of great free workouts. They have 12-week programs, and the website actually breaks down the things. So if you're like, I don't know how to do a squat, well, the squat's a little bit more complicated, but if you don't know how to do more bugs, if you don't know how to do, say, a dumbbell chest press, you can go on bodybuilding.com and actually search dumbbell chest press, and you will have at least one, if not two, different variations of how to do it. And it will, if you turn the sound on, it will explain to you what you should be doing, and you can watch the video. And a lot of times, even as someone who's been going to the gym now for almost 2 years regularly, it's still something I use. When I'm not sure, I can't remember, I haven't done this exercise in a while, I will sit there on my bench and I will Google on bodybuilding.com, what is the exercise supposed to look like? What should my form look like? Where should I be feeling things, engaging things? So it's a resource for everyone, not just if you're starting out. So that's sort of how I got started. BBG was definitely a major stepping stone for me, so I will always have so much respect for it, like I said. But I think with any fitness journey, you need to make sure that whatever you choose to do and however you choose to be active, whether it's yoga, whether it's hiking, whether it's running, it's something that you have passion for and an excitement for. Because if you don't have those things, whatever you're doing is not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be something that you're going to want to do long term. For me, bodybuilding is something I absolutely love because I can track my progress and I can see where I started. I remember doing, you know, chest press with 10-pound dumbbells and being like, oh my goodness, this is so damn hard. And now I'm at the point where I can do 45s or 50s on a really good day, and seeing that progress is just, it's empowering. And I think as someone who struggled with, you know, how much should I eat? How much should I do? How much should I exercise? How much cardio should I do? You know, what do I do to lose weight? Having something to focus on, which is just, you know, this is making me strong, this is making me feel empowered. That's where my focus has gone to. It's not about how much I weigh. It's not about what size my pants are. They are smaller though. But it's, you know, focusing my energy on something positive and focusing on my strength. And that empowerment has translated into an overall really positive relationship for me with my body, with how I eat and how I train. So whatever you choose to do, you have to choose something that works for you. What works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you. I mean, I'm always happy to help support people and, you know, help them try and figure out what it is. But at the end of the day, you're the only person who knows what's going to work for you and what you're going to love. So I hope you all have an amazing day. Sending lots of love from Bucharest. And hopefully I will get some, I don't know, I got nothing. Hopefully I can sit in this sun a little bit longer without any more bugs on my face. Alright, that's all guys.